and welcome to another exciting Webtoon interview. As you all can tell, probably by just the fact that we have the amazing Scale Hunters team here today, I'm super excited. I have been following their journey since the series entered the contest back in 2022. And so we're going to get some behind the scenes of how they've come up with the idea, some of the influences for the story, and whatever else they're willing to share with us. So, why don't we just go ahead and dive right in? Of course, as always, there's a small disclaimer. Everything that's expressed in this video is opinion. So, this is specifically the Scale Hunters team experience with their journey in making webtoons. So, take it with a grain of salt, but also you can use the information to add to your perspective. And so, why don't we go ahead and get a brief introduction to the team so you guys can introduce yourselves one by one and then maybe give us a little bit of your background.
Okay, I'm Lucian, and I'm the writer of Skull Hunters.
Awesome. What about you, Yara?
I'm Yara, and I'm one of the artists that work on Scale Hunters. Uh, I'm not good with this. Not gonna lie to you.
No worries, no worries, no worries. And Dora, what about you?
I'm Isadora, but people can call me Dora. I'm also another artist on the team. That said, there are two other artists on this team as well, which we'll talk about a bit more. Their name is Ifan and Chris, so just shout out to them as well.
Ooh, very nice. And why don't you guys give us one fun fact about yourself? It can be anything. It could be I have 19 cats in my house, whatever you want to say.
Yo, I saw the little shading you gave just there.
You're the one exposing yourself. I never
It's
said anything.
not 90. Imagine too many cats.
I'm gonna have to think about my one thing.
It could be anything.
I can suck in the parts of my cheek really, really well, so that it looks really hollow, and you can see my skull. I can't explain it properly.
I've never seen that. I'm terrified of the idea.
I'll show you one cold
I
girl.
could not believe that was
gosh.
your go-to fun fact. I'm just blown away by this.
Please go ahead, Lucian.
I was just gonna say I have horses.
I love that.
Oh, that's adorable. I love it as well. And so, why don't we start this by just introducing our audience to Scale Hunters? Maybe you can give a summary or a description of what the series is about.
Okay, let's see. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Skull Hunters is a fantasy action webtoon. It takes place in a kingdom near a mysterious moving forest where fairies exist and scaled beasts roam. If a human being is able to take the scales off of these beasts and absorb the strain, the energy contained within those scales into their bloodstream, though those humans will be granted abilities far beyond what is ordinarily possible for our species, at least until the scale dust stops coursing through their veins and their bodies return to their initial non-scale infused state. Like an ogre scale, for example, can grant humans short bursts of incredible strength, and troll scales have regenerative properties and so forth. The thing is, once a person has a taste for that beyond human power, they will likely wish to try it again and again. And so the aspects of the nearby kingdom begin to be shaped by scale usage. Should I keep going, or is that good enough for an intro?
That's a pretty good intro, but if you had anything else interesting you wanted to share, you could. But if not, we can keep on moving.
Let's see. The effects scales have on human society, therefore make them quite the sought after finite resource. So it leads to a sort of gold rush or scale rush of people settling in the nearby kingdom. Because it used to be a smaller kind of kingdom until people discovered that nearby forest had such valuable things within it.
Mm.
So now the people go and make treks into what they call now the fairy forest to gather or really just steal all types of scales, including the most sought after type of all, which is the fairy scale. Which, if you can get a hold of one of those, supposedly they can allow you to uh, bring your greatest wish true should you absorb the fairy scale into your bloodstream. Though there's
Oh,
a catch to this. Um,
that's really interesting. So is like the fairy scales almost like currency in your world?
uh, yes, the, there's a whole economy becomes based around fairy scales, and it gets the idea is simple, but as it goes, the story progresses. It gets a bit more complex, involving uh, scale usage and whether they should use it or whether they shouldn't. Because
Oh, yeah, that's really, really interesting. I love like the economics of the world already. And it's nice to see that you're kind of like easing the readers into this kind of high fantasy, very interesting type of world setting. Could you tell us maybe about your lead characters?
okay, the two lead characters of Scale Hunters tried to make them quite different from one another in terms of personalities for contrast, which is always helpful in a story like this. So they have different personalities. There are two leads, different personalities, different lifestyles and social classes, and different abilities. But eventually, or hopefully, there are no promises. The two need to unite for a common goal. And one of the leads is Moat. He's a slum kid who is allergic to scales, and he wishes for peace with the fairies and their beasts. And the other lead is Thomas, the king's royal aide, and he is the best scale magic user in the kingdom. And the idea of making peace with the fairies becomes a bit more complicated for him, and scenes will bounce back and forth between both characters until their storylines converge.
Oh, that's really cool. You know, I've gotten the chance to read the first 3 episodes, obsessed, loved it, and both characters, like, Molt gives me such soft boy vibes, and Thomas gives me, like, brooding. It's like, Sunshine X what's the trope? Like, Sunshine
Golden
and
Retriever and Black Cat.
yes, Golden Retriever, Black Cat. I'm
Yes.
obsessed. I'm obsessed. It's so good. It's so good. Like, I'm sure that was intentional, but I just love the contrast in personalities, and they shine through so, so well. Like, it really makes me feel like a lot of heart and a lot of thought went into making Skill Hunters. Can you kind of talk about what, really inspired the concept and the world building behind the story?
Okay, the main what inspired it mainly was uh, I was going to create a sort of dark fantasy comic, um, because I had like I was thinking of like how when I was younger, what always scared me as a kid was playing survival horror video games. And the thing in those games that scared me was not necessarily the monsters in them, but the finite resources, like, how some of them had only a few saves, so you couldn't be saving everywhere. You had to choose when to save, and you choose when to use your bullets. So a setting like that, but in a forest filled with like monsters, but limited resources to get away from those monsters, I think would have made like a good dark fantasy thriller kind of with some horror in it. So the magic in this webtoon is based on what a character has in their skill pouch or their inventory rather than like from some limitless nebulous mana pool. So like there might be a terrible beast near you and you check your skill pouch, but you only have 3 goblin skulls and like 1 squonk skull or something. And so, how do you survive the encounter? You have to be adaptive. So, this aspect of the battle system, I hope, will increase the tension and thrill for the reader when reading. So, the story is not about who is the strongest, it is about figuring out how to survive in the world with what is available to you.
I would
Sorry.
die. I know I would.
Would you?
I would. I would not survive 2 days in the forest.
I wouldn't survive like in the human kingdom.
Oh, for real? No, you know that one. I would just die.
Listen, when I saw those two like little serial killer children and their serial killer brother, I was like, "Oh, I would be they would just end
Oh,
me."
when I
You
was
do
drawing their
that.
faces, I was like, what if the girl just looks a little bit more evil than the little boy?
You know, I didn't wanna say that on stream when I did the reading, and I was like, "Why does she give me, like, I control the family vibes, like she's the mastermind?"
I just had the feeling. I was like, I just do it like that. Why not? she she's just evil, extra evil. Why not? Why not? Little kids.
But
Oh,
they
I
care
love
for
it.
their family.
You guys
That's
are getting some pretty nice comments in the chat. So Rena said, "I realized how hyped I am for Scale Hunters when I saw the new art and went, ah."
oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Kat said, "For real, love the art. It's so pretty. I'm really enjoying the story so far."
Oh, thank you, thank you.
And Nico said, "Congratulations on launch. Been excited since the contest. Awesome to see more Brazilian artists on originals. Love the art and story."
Oh,
Abraços do Brasil. É nóis.
abraços.
That's 1.5 Brazilian for you, though.
Yes. I don't sound Brazilian, but my mother is Brazilian, so.
You speak Portuguese. Stop. Stop.
Oh, I did not know this. I'm learning so much about you, Dora. Like earlier, I was talking to Yara when you were gone, and I was like, "Oh, wait, she has to be from Brazil." Because when you said, I forgot what you said, but it was like very British, and it threw me off.
It's the powder room. The
Yeah, yeah,
powder
the powder room. I was like, "Hello."
room.
There's no better way to say it.
Oh yeah. You don't want to hear what we say down here. So jumping off of Nico's comic, I also have been super, super excited about the series since the contest. And I really wanted to talk a little bit about the call to action contest and how Lucian, your team was the grand prize winner. You guys took away first place. And so maybe we could get like just a little behind the scenes on this, and you could tell us like what motivated you to enter the contest, and just build from there.
Okay, I had been working on Skull Hunters as a comic since the year 2020 and just happened to see the Webtoon Contest one day in 2022, the call to action contest. I told the artist at the time about it, that entering it may be a good way for us to get noticed or at least get a few subscribers, and Basabi Des, the artist, agreed. The original iteration of Scale Hunters was going to be a physical comic book, and I'm not good at social media, so I thought this contest would be the best advertising opportunity we would have. There was not much more to it than that. Like, in the end, it was not just entering the contest that got Scale Hunters noticed exactly, because I have a screenshot somewhere right before they announced the winners. I've seen other screenshots where it has higher views, but I screenshotted it right before the announcement, and we only had like 250 views before the because there was a leak that it won a little bit before they announced it. Um, 250 views and 64 subscribers. But winning it jumped like in a few days. The subscriber count went from 64 to 6,000. Though it's fallen back down to the 5,000 range since we're not allowed to update the call to action entry, so that's why. But also, the 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 script and pages and panels we used for the call to entry contest were not made prior to the contest. We made them specifically for the contest. So though that was a brand new scene made just for the contest for promotion.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. I like how you approached entering the contest. It wasn't necessarily to win. It was really more about like exposure. And so I think that's really a commendable way to enter a contest. Like contests can be so soul crushing. So having like a realistic perspective on it was really, really interesting. And then hearing your numbers before like actually winning, I feel is just a testament to, it's not always about numbers when you enter a contest. Like a series that might be perceived to be lower in its engagement, who knows how the judges are viewing that. So I would like to hear more about maybe some of your strategy for entering the contest. Like, how did you prepare for the contest, knowing the level of competition, like just things like that?
Um, okay, let's see. I think I mentioned this earlier, but the contest rules said you could not enter something already published somewhere, and we hadn't published any Scale Hunters up to that point anywhere. But just to be safe, we entered something that we hadn't even had drawn yet. So I specifically wrote because Scale Hunters was not heavily action oriented up to my original version of Scale Hunters did not have as much action as it does now. Um, but I specifically wrote 3 new action scripts, and Besabides and I chose from one of the 3 to be the entry, the one we would use for the entry. Um, so I just focused, and I wasn't thinking about winning the contest.
Mhm,
I just
mhm.
liked the idea that how I don't know if they did this for the 2025 contest, but in 2022 they had an entire section, like a tab you could go to and see all the entries. And I liked that because I thought it would be a good way to get people to look at it. Um, the only thing I did different for this script was making sure it had like very clear action. And I didn't even get to use all of the script because there was a 20 megabyte upload limit for your entry. So I had to cut out a lot of scenes so that it could upload. like Moat was in the original script, but I just cut him out, so it looked like just Thomas was the only main character during the entry.
Mm-hmm. It was really interesting to see Molt when the new series came out because the whole time I was like, "Who is this?" It
It's
was
a
throwing me off
boy.
hardcore because I don't think Thomas is really introduced until the second episode. Like, I think we get a glimpse of him in episode 1, but I was just like, "Where is my man at?" And as someone who hates white-haired men, like, you guys locked me in on him, so I was waiting. I was like, "Where is he?" Although, I guess Angelo is my favorite now, but we'll talk about
Yes.
favorites later.
Yes.
Oh, one other thing about this, it says
Yeah.
knowing the level of competition is we didn't know, we were not concerned what other people were doing because the best way is just do the best you can and focus on your comic instead of worrying about, because there's always a lot of great artists and writers out there. So
Mhm. I really, really appreciate that sentiment because I think sometimes we as creatives get stuck into like this loop of like not wanting to call it like a competitive mindset, but it totally is where you just can't help but to compare like your writing styles or your structure of the story or the art style. But sometimes it's more important to channel that energy into just making the best story that you can. And everybody's at different levels. Art is so subjective. So much of it is just, you know, interpretation from the audience. Like all different levels, I'm air quoting, you can't see it, but levels of stories like deserve to be told and can find an audience. So was there something in particular that maybe, you and your team did that kind of set you apart, you think, from other entries that helped you to win?
the following is just my conjecture because I do not know the criteria in which Webtoon judged everything, so I could be totally wrong here. But I'm sure the striking artwork was important, but there were a lot of amazing looking entries as well, like a lot of great looking comics. So I think maybe just the simplicity of the entry combined with the flow or pacing to make it seem like the action was really happening, uh, where the person all want to go just one more panel, and it was just simple and clear action. Just what they were looking for was action, so we just focused on that.
Oh yeah, like I definitely think the art was cuz I think if I'm remembering correctly, like I'm a grandpa, have grandpa brain, but I think you guys posted like on the last day and I remember seeing it and being like, "Oh, I'm down bad for this character. Like let's lock in." And then when I opened it and looked at like all of the pretty artwork, the backgrounds, like it was just so immersive. And I love that type of immersion from a story, so I'm gonna agree with you, Lucian, and be like, yeah, yeah, that's what it was. Like, not sponsored by Webtoons, obviously. So who knows why they picked it, but it was still amazing. Was there anything unexpected that happened? Maybe some challenges or hurdles during the contest?
I think just the main challenge was the art being completed in time. I wasn't sent the final art files until the very last upload day, and also, yeah, I think that's about it.
Oh yeah, the you guys were down to the wire. I will say, as someone who entered the last contest, like I was just entering for fun. I was down to the last wire. I uploaded like at with 2 minutes to spare, but also I couldn't figure out how to split up the episode. So 3/4 of my battle was dealing with Clip Studio.
Wow, that's so so lucky. My goodness.
Oh, yeah, 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 and then they extended it, but we don't talk about that. So
It's like submitting your final essay in university.
yeah, yeah, like, it literally felt that way because I was like, "How dare you put me under this stress and pressure?" Like, I was literally, like, about to cry. I don't cry over, like, dumb stuff, and I was like, "I was just entering this for fun, all my hard work." Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, we don't talk about that. I'm gonna have to cut that from the interview. So, was there any sort of way that with talking about deadlines that you were able to balance like reaching the deadline for creating the story?
Um, yeah, the action script was longer. We had to cut it and rebalance things to fit the 20 MB uh, upload requirement. Originally, the other main character, Moat, was in the script, watching as Thomas battled the Devil Brothers. We had to remove him, and that was funny because I remember afterwards reading messages saying, like, uh, they would have preferred if the cool Thomas had a goofier foil character to bounce off of. And in fact, he did. It just he was not in the entry due to those constraints.
Mm,
So the
mhm.
idea was just to keep things as simple and bare bones as possible for focus on the action. And so I guess simplicity combined with one or two stylistic flourishes, like the artwork was striking and the scale concept. Um, but that the entry did not properly showcase like the complexity of the world of Scale Hunters, so that is why I'm excited to release the series version so people can read the rest of the story.
Yes, what an exciting like start you've got. I saw that you guys already made it to like 10K plus. Like I'm super excited. Like y'all are doing so good.
We're so thankful for everyone who has subscribed. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you
if you
very
haven't
much.
subscribed, chat, like you've got to go do it right now. Like stop what you're doing and subscribe to Skill Hunters. So let's talk more about like present day Skill Hunters and just kind of like the creation, the workflow, and maybe we can get insights from all of you about how you kind of break down that creative workflow, like just going from the very beginning all the way to the end and maybe how you divide up your tasks too.
So, just to be clear, like as you said, this is just how we work on it in the present day. We don't know how it was worked on back then because there was another artist on it. But currently, how we do it, it's a very integrated process. So obviously, it's all starts from the script. So Lucian, as the writer, he has a script for these episodes, and then afterwards we read it, and then he gives it to us, the artist Yada and I. And I do the thumbnails slash the storyboards for the script. Once that's done, we then send it off to Chris. So he's the assistant artist on Scale Hunters, Chris Ostomo. We just call him Chris. And what he does is that he does a lot of he sketches out the difficult like action poses as well as the monsters because he's just really good at that. And then while he's doing that, I also put in the 3D for the characters. So that then it gets passed on to Yada, who does the line art over these sketches and over the 3D because it just speeds up the process so much more. So please do not be afraid to use 3D and like sketches or
For the
references
sake
or
of
whatever you need. Honestly.
yourself.
So then after the line art, it then gets passed back to me, and I put in the base colors. I can talk a bit more about the base coloring process afterwards. I'm so excited to talk about a specific tool I use.
Ooh,
Um,
yes, yes,
but
yes.
then, once I'm done with the base colors, I send it back to Yada. She does the final renders, basically puts in all of the beautiful lighting and Oh, I forgot to mention as well. During the sketching 3D process, it's also sent off to Ipan, who is our background artist. He does a lot of the environments in 3D, I believe. So once during the final renders process, when we send it back to Yada, she also has the backgrounds. She integrates everything, so it all looks like it's part of the same story. And then once again, it gets passed down to me, and I put in the balloons, like the word balloons, and then the sound effects, and we then send it off to Webtoon. So it keeps going through a back and forth between the artists, really,
Mhm.
and basically it's kind of like a conveyor belt almost. There's like a constant cycle going around, and every time there's always something to be done. So if, for example, I'm doing base colors, Yara is probably doing like the line art for the next episode, or she's doing the final renders for the last episode, or for the base color pages I'd already done. Um, so it's just constantly going on, and we also split up the character design process as well, for whatever characters
Oh.
haven't been designed yet. It's literally just like hey, which character do you want to do? Oh, that seems cool. I'd like to do that character type of thing. Um,
Ooh.
so that's how we divide it, really, and that's how the
Oh,
workload.
that's so fun. It sounds chaotic, to be honest, but it also sounds like super collaborative. Like it sounds like you guys like
The
really
power
work
of
together.
friendship.
Yes, yes,
For
that's what it's
real.
giving. It's like the Sailor Scouts. What planet are you?
No.
I am interested because you guys do have like such a big cast. Like,
Mm.
who's the hardest to draw? Just be honest. Like, I wants to know. I gots to know.
I think from what we see, yeah, so far, for me, it is the Thomas with big hair that you see at the end of episode 3. Yeah,
Mm,
because his
mm,
clothing just has so much details. Like, we had the concept for it before, right? And then
mhm.
I look at it and I had to like simplify it for the sake of drawing this over and over for a few episodes, right? And then I simplify it, but I still didn't want it to be so simple because I didn't want to. I wanted it to be beautiful because I like the original. And then I kept taking stuff off, but it still has like straps. It has something on the shoulder. It has a little thing here. It has details. I kept forgetting the details. It was like I keep forgetting the things, so I just draw over. I just go back on the rendering stage. I'm like, I forgot the strap, and then I just draw over. I don't care. It's like no, no, no. I got this. So I when I started doing it, I would take so long to get it. But right now, I think that was my little torture. Now I'm better at drawing complex clothing because I just accept my fate and I keep drawing. I'm like, yeah, this goes on top of this goes on top of that, and I keep drawing. And yeah, it is done. And for me, the worst is actually the face right now. Like I figured how to go through the clothing. Like it doesn't need to be 100% perfect most of the time, but the faces, if they look slightly off, that pisses me off. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, this is not Angelo. This is not Angelo here. This is someone else, or this is not Barbara. Like something's
This is
off, and then I
Angela's
keep
cousin.
looking to the past panels. I'm like, why this looks off, and then yeah, I just spent 10 minutes in the face and like 10 minutes in the entire rest. That's how I do.
No, I feel that. Honestly, I really thought you were gonna say the guy with the crossbow was the hardest to draw. Like he looks so complicated to me. And crossbow, but
Oh
I could see Royal
no,
Thomas for sure.
yeah, he's the second. If I'd say like his hat, I don't know how to draw cowboy hats. And I was like, why does this look so big? Why does this look so small? Why is the thing weird? I'm like, oh. And he's Lucian's favorite. I'm like, it needs to look good. It needs to look cool, right? So I try my best.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
that's
Hey,
funny.
often
Like,
whenever we have a favorite, she's always like, does this character look good enough for you? Like for me, it's Martin. So whenever she draws Martin, she sends me, what she's drawing, and she's like, "Is he handsome enough for you?" I'm like, thanks, girl. I really appreciate you. You
yeah,
go.
I did the same with Thomas. Is this pretty?
Yeah.
Is he pretty enough? Is
Oh
this
my good grief.
Martin handsome enough? Is his face?
I mean, we all know where we're coming to the webtoon to simp.
Yo, and then it is me with Carvel. Like, I spent 2 hours on Carvel, and it was like, he needs to look good for me. Is he looking
Listen, you
good?
can send me Angelo anytime. I will let you know if it's right. Um, Same for Barbara. Like, when Barbara had that scene where she like removed her jacket, I was like, "Oh, what
Yo,
is happening here?"
I insisted on that one because that was from one of the scripts that didn't make to the contest,
I will
and I was like,
say,
I want that back. I
I
need
was
that back.
worried for a moment. I was like, "There's no abs. There are no abs. The abs certification is being revoked from this webtoon." And then Barbara showed up and showed out. I was like, "Yep, okay."
I mean, to be fair, the Angelus, his tight shirt has abs, but it doesn't get too clear most of the time. But it is there, you
It's
know.
there. It's there.
Thomas too, to be fair. But like, if I just worry if I make it too obvious, like it gets weird. I'm like, I don't know, but they are there,
No,
you know.
no, it's good. I liked it because it was like it wasn't there and then it was. So the little bit of fan service like amped everybody up.
Like, yeah, I like drawing muscles.
I say everybody and I'm speaking for myself. And with such like complicated characters, it does kind of make me wonder if you guys have any sort of like productivity hacks or maybe like some routines that really help you guys to stay consistent. Anything you can
Yeah.
share?
So, because I do the base colors, right? When you do base colors, I'm sure you know this already, but when I do the base colors, I make sure that all of the colors on the separate layers are very different to each other, but they're not the actual colors of the characters. So you put in the colors of completely different colors. So you make sure that none of the layers are going on top of each other. And then you have to change all of these colors back to the characters' base colors. And it's not doing it for one layer doesn't take much time. When you have to do it for so many characters over, hundreds of layers, it ends up taking a lot of time. Um, so my brother, he's a technical artist and he does a lot of programming. And he told me that basically his job involves making artists' jobs easier for them. So I was wondering what could be a tool that would make it super easy for me to change all of the colors back to the characters' colors. So that's basically what I came up with. Like, what if you select a layer, and then a characters layer where the colors already put down are there, and then I just need to click a button, and it turns into their real colors, if that makes sense. So I asked my brother to make that, and he did. Um, so he there's this other software called Krita. So we use mainly Clip Studio Paint, but we use the English/American version of it, not the Japanese one. I
Mm.
say this because the Japanese one, it allows you to program different tools into it, but the version I have doesn't do that. So I have to turn the pages into Photoshop, then put the Photoshop page into Krita, which does allow, other extra programming things on it. And it makes me change all of the folders, all of the colors very, very quickly, to the colors that we need. So that's the main thing I use that saves so much time.
Oh
And
my good grief. It I'm sure it does. It just sounds complicated. Like my brain was like 3 programs, multiple moving around of files.
yeah, that's the thing. Like it sounds, yeah. As I was saying it, I was like, oh man, I'm getting into really big detail. But really, it's just changing it into Photoshop, putting it into Krita, and then it's done. Then the characters change colors. and it's magic. I think another hack. I don't know if I could call it a hack, but another thing I use a lot in Clip Studio Paint are the material tabs.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't have to keep on creating the same, the same layer format all the time for all of the characters, right? Because, you know, let's take Gil, the character on the screen right now. I would make a different color for his skin, a different color for his hair, than his scarf. But I would also make a different color for the gradient on his scarf and the texture and all of these things, right? And again, making those extra layers can be super time consuming. So if you just make it once, put it in your tabs, and then you can just grab it from your tabs whenever you need to and boop, put it there. Easy. Um, so that also saves a lot of time. Auto actions as well. Just whatever shortcuts you can use to make all of the super annoying little bits, easier for you is what helps me stay consistent, I would say, or at least like stay on time.
Yeah, yeah. No, that all makes like perfect sense. And I love to hear like technical side of things, but I also like to hear like the mental side of things. Is there anything
Hmm.
you do to like kind of stay consistent with that, like mentally, like internally?
Um, I think for me personally, I think it's knowing what type of person you are, because I know that I wouldn't be able to work properly if I were to work like, let's say, 12 hours a day, you know, seven days a week. I need my weekends. Um, there is no way I can function properly unless there's a deadline coming up and we really, are short on time. Then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I have time over the weekend. I'll just do what work needs to be done. But I just think taking time for yourself to kind of wind down when you can and just do something completely unrelated to work probably helps a lot. Like, I feel like I think I was listening to one of your other streams with another webtoon artist, and they were saying like, they don't use weekends or anything like that. And if that works for them, props to them, honestly. But I couldn't do that. But that's because that's what works for me. If it works for you and you're happy with working all the time, go ahead. But if you can't do that, don't beat yourself up either. Because like, if
Mhm,
you just work
mhm.
constantly, I find that I'm very foggy minded the next day. I don't work as fast. I make more mistakes. So, you know, I love what I'm doing, but I think taking time outside of your job, because it is a job at the end of the day, like taking
Mhm,
time outside
mhm.
of your job is also important in order to recharge and fully appreciate what you're doing.
Yes, 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 yes. It makes me think of the I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the K-pop Demon Hunters movie where like
Yes,
they're obsessed with the couch. They're like, "We want couch." And I'm like, "Yes, that's what I need in my life. Couch. Couch on the
exactly.
weekend."
For real, for real. That's one of the reasons I really liked K-pop Demon Hunters. I was like, yeah, that's accurate.
This is relatable like 1000%. So, just keeping in mind with like some of you guys' advice or maybe reflecting on your experience a little more, could you share with us like what's the biggest lesson you've learned about like webtoon creation since you've started?
Do you want to
Um,
go on?
for me, it's just to make sure the scripts are smaller for Webtoon, so there are less panels the artists have to draw and work on, so we can meet the deadlines. But the scripts still have to fulfill the plot, enough of the plot per episode.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that seems like something that definitely if you're working in a condensed sort of panel, like just for the overall team, you still want to make sure to hit all of those nice points. So that's actually a really, really insightful tip because I think a lot of people think that more you need more panels, more points in the story to make the episode interesting, but sometimes less is what works best. So I think that's a really good tip. What about you, Dora? Any thoughts? Any tips?
Yeah, I mean, probably like a lot of technical stuff. I learned. I wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I learned so much that I don't know if I can point to one specific lesson. Because it was my first time also being or also making a webtoon as well. So, just I think probably like storyboarding. I learned a lot about that and about, I keep trying to remember make it flow with the scrolling style. I think that's one big lesson I keep on learning. I keep on forgetting. I keep on relearning every episode. And then also putting as much as you can, into one panel without oversaturating it with details too.
Mm-hmm.
Like clear but concise. I guess kind
Mm-hmm.
of you can relate it back to the scripts almost as well. Like keep it, clear and there's a lot happening, but there's still enough story to keep you going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, just learning to be flexible in terms of workflow because we've had to change our workflow. I think a few. Yeah, we've had to try and adapt our workflow to become faster as well. So just keeping that mindset of, you know, um, learning to be uh how to say, don't be
Present?
so stuck in your ways, I guess.
Oh yeah, flexible,
Yeah,
progressive.
yeah, exactly. Always trying to think of how to be faster and stuff. So, oh, one lesson as well. Planning is super important. We didn't have time to do that in the beginning, but it is to our detriment. Although I don't, we had to kind of get as many episodes done as possible. But if you do have time to plan, just make those reference sheets for all of the different angles for the characters' faces. Um, and yeah, but don't plan too much either. Just do it too.
Sketchy is enough.
Yeah.
A sketchy turnaround of a face is better than no drawing of a face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can so see that. Like as someone who kind of obsesses over turnarounds, I'm like, yeah, you'll never get started when you have a cast of 100 if you're working on turnaround.
Oh, for real?
So, and I guess maybe just to wrap up the interview, I'm sure everybody wants to know. We're all dying to hear what's next for Scale Hunters and for you as creators. Like, what's the plan?
We keep on going. We keep on drawing.
Yes, fine looking people.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Short and sweet. Just keep jamming out on Scale Hunters, making it the best possible that it can be. I am so excited. I cannot wait. I'm going to fast pass all of the episodes after this interview. I did not want to fast pass them before because I was afraid that I would open my mouth and like spoilers would fall out. So I really applaud y'all self control for not revealing too much. So if you guys have a few minutes, why don't we just do a quick little Q&A for chat. So chat, if you have questions, please type them now so that the team can answer them. And generally, I like to start these off by asking you guys a question myself, like just like a little icebreaker, like a little exposing type of question. So normally I do like a personality thing, and so I find these like randomly on the internet. So don't take, don't think about it too much. Like who knows if this is actually accurate. But are you guys familiar with chess?
Chess? Like the
Like the
game?
game?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I want you to pick the first piece that comes to your mind, and it will reveal all about who you are as a person.
Oh God. Oh no. No, no, no.
Yes, yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
You did not prepare me for this. I cannot answer.
Exactly,
the
exactly. I can,
the
okay, so,
horse.
oh, go ahead.
The horse.
The
That's
horse? The horse?
yeah.
Is
To
that
be
what you
fair, I
said?
don't know the
Okay.
name of the others in English. Like,
Okay, okay. So the horse for Yara. Okay, Dora,
Um,
you've got to pick one.
Like in terms of like the one I like the most?
Whatever,
Uh,
you deem
Queen.
queen. Okay,
Of
Lucian, what
course.
about you?
Um, I, when I think of chess, I think of rook usually.
Ooh, okay, okay. All right, so now I shall reveal all about your personalities.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Let's start with Yara. So Yara picked the horse. So it says you found out about chess from TikTok and post there every time you make a fork. It says that you like to go about your day experiencing every activity as if it's your last, but you also will have a mental breakdown when things get too complicated. Your biggest rival in life are people that relate to the bishop piece on the board. However, you manage to escape anyone's crutches because you're just that flexible.
I think the breakdown part is accurate.
Yo, why you keep
Oh man, Yara.
I am fine.
Okay, okay. So Dora, yours says you only prefer the queen due to the fact that it's both the most powerful and the most valuable piece on the board. Your ego is about 700 plus, and every single game you play, you go
Damn.
you go in thinking that everyone's your opponent and not smart enough to trick you.
I shouldn't have picked Queen.
A manipulative monster. Okay,
Oh.
okay. So here's Lucian's. You are very tactical and you spend your time early in the morning to late at night thinking about the beginning, ending, and middle of the game. You like to study your opponents in order to find their weaknesses, and then you smash them with brutality. You are the one to look out for. Everyone should fear you.
Agreed.
That's actually accurate. Like what?
Oh man, oh man. Okay,
What are
so
they feeding the TikTokers thing?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. That's
eh.
it was super funny. I was like, I've gotta save this and use this in stream.
I love that.
So now you've all been exposed. Andy asks, what's your workflow for coming up with character designs?
uh, should I say that, Dora?
Yeah, go on.
Uh, like we did have some before, because Lucia has been working on this story for so long, and he hired some artists along the way to commission. But and then when we got to work on this, we had to like review a few of the concepts to make them match the new style or simplify it for the sake of deadlines. So that's one thing. uh Ideally, when you design a character, I think front view and three quarter view from the front and the back, and maybe a profile three-quarter and front view of the head is enough for you to draw that character. The rest you will like get the hang of it as you keep going. We don't have those. We should have those, but we don't. So all I could do at the beginning was just like, okay, I saw this character, then I draw one sketch of full body of this character, and I was like, this is it. And then I kept looking at it and try to figure out how the face would look on the other angles. And then as I kept going, like some panels I don't like how the face looks, some I like. So I just go back to that, like when I have a profile view of the character again, I'm like, on episode 3, how did I did the profile? And then I go back, I screenshot it and I look at it as reference. But you can just do that beforehand. You don't need to suffer and remember every single panel that has the face of your character that you like it. So that's one way to approach it. Just don't if you need to like publish it, just don't get too caught on details. Like they don't need to be clean. They just need to be readable for yourself. If you don't have a team, like if you just mostly you, like if as long as you can see and be like, yeah, this is how it is. I think that's enough. Even more when you have multiple characters, so you don't get stuck preparing and ever drawing the characters themselves, because once you start drawing, that's when you effectively learn how to draw the character too. Like you keep drawing, like, "Ah, I like this more." Like modes change it already a little bit from the early episodes, how I draw him. Like I kept making his little pointy hair more pointy, or his little fringe thing more pointy too, because I like it. And then I just kept changing. And I think that's how our artists go about their characters too. Like you can see how they evolve themselves as you draw, and I think that's fun.
Oh, very nice. So why don't you said which character are you most like? You can assign them to each other if you want. Ooh, let's do the second one. So
Oh my god, wait. Oh, as in assign them to the other people in our team.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. Ooh, let me think. Hmm.
Wait, what do
Oh,
you mean assign?
so
So like you would pick who Dora's the most like and who Lucian's the most like.
Oh, okay. I like the most my dyslexia. I was like, most like, okay, I get it now.
you start,
Oh,
Yado.
why me? I read the question wrong. I'm still processing.
That's that queen piece coming out right there.
Um. Oh. Wait. For Lucian. Um. Oh. Maybe Gil. Th- That is also his favorite, right?
That's a
Gil.
compliment. That's
Gil and yeah,
yeah.
Gil and I guess Moat. Yeah, Moat. Yeah, because of that
Yeah.
scene. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For Dora. Uh. Uh. I have one, but I cannot tell yet because it is not out yet.
Tell me else.
Out of what?
You could reveal the name. We won't know anything.
Um. Um. Mm. 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 Wait, I'm terrible at this. Mode's sister.
Ooh,
Oh my god!
that's a good
Wow!
option.
Thank you, girl. God, that makes me feel so good. I love Mode's sister.
Um.
I'd
Oh, I think
say
yeah, and a bit of Barbara too, because of I mean you draw the Barbara pages, so I guess that just link in my mind at this point.
oh, thanks, girl.
Okay,
Dang.
what about you, Yara? I mean, Dora.
Oh, me, my right.
I think so. For Lucian, I immediately thought Moat as well. Um, yeah, definitely Moat. And then for Yara, I think it's like a bit of Angelo, maybe a bit of
I
Carver.
love my boy. Of who?
Carver. Like a
Mm.
mix of Carver, Angelo. Yeah, Carver and Angelo.
The
Mm.
favorites, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
And what about you, Lucian?
Yeah, I was basically going to say similar. I was going to give Barbara for Dora since she's the one doing the Barbara pages. And I was also going to just say, like, if Angelo and Carver got fused together in a bad experiment. Mhm.
Dang.
And then turns
You know,
into
I pick
a-
my favorites very. Or maybe I don't know if it is an effect. Like I pick my favorites, and then every time I draw them, I just put a little bit of myself on that too. I have
That's what
that
it is.
power.
That's what it is. It's you coming out in
I'm
the
like,
character
yeah.
designs. Oh, so we've got a question for Lucian. Do the artists influence your writing and planning for the series, or do you
Oh,
have everything planned out and just wish for the artist to best interpret your ideas? Or is it a mix of both?
Um, it's for this project, it's a mix. Like Yara or Dora will have their own ideas sometimes that they want included, so we put them in. Let me look at the question one more time. Like I have the the story is all planned out, the beginning, the end, um, the themes, who lives and dies. Uh, but like the journey of connecting A to B until you get to Z, that's where you can work with the artists and they can throw in their own ideas and scenes and you just keep it flowing. Uh, like Yara came up with a backstory for one of the characters, so I included that. Uh, just just a mix, basically.
Oh my god, grief. I was not expecting death in this series. Like, what do you mean people are dying? I'm in shock. I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, I heard nothing else you said after that. I was just like, "No. Who's dying? Not Barbara, not Angelo."
oh, there is a funny thing. Like when Lucian was writing it, he said I could create like years ago, right, an OC type of thing, like a character to put on the story. And like, can I? So there is one character that I think it shows on episode 4. Yeah, next episode. That
Hmm.
it is my little baby, you know. It is my baby. It's my OC that I put there
Oh,
technically.
this is a
But
good time to mention the OC contest, I think.
oh yeah,
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
plug in.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so, should I go ahead and explain this, or do you want to, Lucian or Yada?
I think you're better at it. Not gonna lie.
So basically, we have an OC contest going on. You can check out for more details on one of our Instagrams. But basically, if you have an original character design already, or you want to make a new one specifically for the Scale Hunters universe, then you can upload it onto Instagram, and you have a chance for your character design to make a cameo, basically in Scale Hunters, the comic. So we already have like a pre-selected pose for the character and everything. We just need to put the character design there. It'll be your character. You'll still have the rights to it and everything, obviously. But yeah, they'll get to show it. We'll be able to show your design and credit you at the end of the episode as well. So it's just a little fun thing if any of you wanted. But yeah,
There was a question. If you were in a zombie apocalypse, which character would you pick to aid you? I think that one is interesting.
Yeah, it was. I was trying to, I was gonna go back to it just to, oh, no. I'm showing the wrong thing now. I
The
was gonna
Chat
go back
Noir
to it
drawing.
to I was trying to show this one. Um, but yeah, I was gonna go back to it. I just wanted to highlight this and answer that question first. Give you guys a break from being give you guys a break in between like the fun and more serious questions.
Fair.
thank you very much for
Okay.
showing it.
Oh, Dora, what if the character
So
is already on Webtoon? I've never thought about that. Hmm.
What do you mean? What character?
Someone asked, like, they'll see if it is from another Webtoon, like the person that writes
Ah,
that.
all the characters already on Webtoon.
Is
I
it
f-
Canvas or original?
It's a good question.
I think if it is original, it gets more complex, but if it is Canvas, as long as the person is okay with that, I think it should be fine.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like if it's your character, that you're making, you have the right to show it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Like as
whenever
long as
if
it's
the
not like fan art.
yeah, if the person ever wants us to take the character out from the story, we also have like a replacement. That's the one we have right now, so we can just change back to
Yeah.
that one in case you don't want them anymore showing up there. So I
Okay,
think
okay. So let's ask about the zombies. And I'm not sure if they mean like any character or your character. So if you were in a zombie apocalypse, which character would you pick to aid you? So I'm gonna assume this is Scale Hunters related. Like which Scale Hunter character?
mm,
But I don't know. Take it as you guys want to, I guess.
Thomas. I think Thomas or Martin. How about you?
Thomas. Thomas, if you can use scale abilities, and Martin, if there are no scales.
mm, Martin.
Oh,
If there is no scale, Martin.
yeah,
Like
for
you see,
real.
that's a wall. Like either him or Angelo. But I feel like I would be fighting the zombies, and then Angelo would get excited with like some zombies that leave me alone, and I'd be like, bro, and then the zombies come after me, like, no, wait for me. He would get excited on the fight, and like, no, come back.
That's true.
Um
Who would you pick, Apollo?
Oh, probably Barbara.
Wait,
I
that's
I
actually
feel like she would.
specific.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
no.
oh
Are
no,
the technical difficulties starting? Oh
no,
no.
Yon,
He actually jinxed it.
no. Why I feel abandoned. Like I don't know how to.
Come back.
We don't know what to
Oh,
do
wow.
alone.
I'll text him. Um Thank you so much for all the wonderful messages though, everyone.
I
I've been
think your
looking at
brother
them.
is here.
Yes, hello Thomas.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you for
forgot your.
joining the chat. Oh shoot, I closed the chat option. I'm trying to open it now.
I think the deadline is
Here we go.
October 31st.
Yeah,
He doesn't
the
have time
deadline for
to
the OC contest is October 31st, so you still have some time, like 2 weeks or something like that.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, oh no, my computer lost connection. 1 second. Yo, it is the jinx. You see, it is the jinx. You see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Wait, let me. Which one did you pick? It was Thomas or Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
Thomas or Martin. I feel like Gil would also, to be fair, all of them would be reliable in different
Exactly.
ways. You would just need to like think about which one you need to deal with, like personality
Personality
wise.
wise. Yeah.
Like if you with Gil, you're just gonna be yapping, and he's gonna be
I feel like the most difficult character to be with would be Carver.
Not for me, no.
Not for you, because you're a
I
simp.
Yeah, I will be happy if he's and I'm like, yay, my little gremlin, short king. Yeah, you go. You be annoying. I don't care. I still love you.
Oh.
No, the best is probably Thomas and Martin, personality wise. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they'd be easy to get along with,
Yeah,
perhaps.
even Barbara would be like too scared, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh man.
we are abandoned to our own. I, what do I do? Oh, the internet went out.
Oh no. Well, if anyone has any more questions, please feel free to ask them. um,
Damn, can you even join in this thing with the phone 4G? I wonder.
it would probably take a lot of data, though.
True, but at least like I don't know how to like turn this off. Not gonna.
Oh, actually, I have a question for chat. Does anyone have? I think one person said their favorite was Gil. Does anyone else have a favorite character so far in Scale Hunters? I'd really like to hear
We should have a
who's a fan favorite.
internal competition. Be
Yeah,
like, which one of our favorites is the favorites of the people, and then we see who wins.
exactly.
Honestly,
Because I thought Thomas would be a fan favorite. Um,
I'm happy that Moat is getting
he's
love.
getting a lot of love as well, for sure.
Yeah,
He deserves it.
and to be fair, Thomas hasn't even shown yet properly. There is none of him yet. It's from now on that we get the
Mm,
chance to
that's true.
show the boy. Damn.
Oh, you know who's another fan favorite? Carver's pigs.
For real, the pigs.
Yeah, I've been getting many messages from different people saying they want the pigs there. Um,
Oh, they are very cute. I like them.
they're
Like,
adorable.
focus on my boy though. What the pigs? Uh, oh gosh. You know, to think we thought Lucian's Wi-Fi would be the one to die, but then the plot twist is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh. Uh, also, that why, out of all curiosities, why
Yeah.
that one?
Why what?
This the I can make a school face.
A school face?
Yeah, amigo, with your cheeks.
Oh, don't even remind me of that. I was put on the spot, okay? I was literally having a conversation with my sister about what's an interesting fact about like one a part I was thinking of party tricks, not an interesting fact. That's what I was thinking of. And my sister's party trick is her licking her elbow, but I'm not allowed to like say that I have that party trick as well because she already has that. So that's the only other thing I could think of. Um, what was your interesting fact again?
I guess I can move my ears.
That's that's cool.
That's cool, right? If based on your category that you made, because mine was like I have 9 cats, but
Yeah.
damn, where is where is the house? I feel so lost. I have no idea what to do.
Oh, I just noticed that there are new messages in the chat. We just
Really?
can't see. Yeah, on YouTube there are.
Oh
Oh,
shoot.
is it because host is not here anymore? I wonder.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he
Okay.
probably is the one able to show it on our screen. I can go
Hmm.
look at some. Let me one
Yes,
moment, please.
please.
Okay, I will
Thank
also
you.
open my phone. Oh gosh, why is my phone? Okay, now.
Thank you, chat.
I thought we just like oh the people that do live streams they are brave because I'm not made for this.
I'm sweating bullets here.
Oh, I see everybody. There's something got him. I think of working as an original script of photos. Oh, so you gonna read it, Lucian? Because I have it
one,
here.
oh, do you have it up?
Yeah, do you want me to read or do you read it?
You can read it.
Okay, there is people being like
I
Apollo. But question wise, there's a Ink Nico. I'm also an originals creator, and I wonder what do you guys think of working as an originals creator so far, like having an editor and deadlines.
Hmm. Do you want to answer that first, Lucian or Yada?
You go.
Um, I mean, I'm the type of person that likes having deadlines personally, so I don't mind the deadlines too much. I think they're good to have if you want to get stuff done, because it also makes you realize like what's important as well and what's not important. Um, but on the other end, it also means I'm always thinking about time in terms of, oh, we have to cut this down because we don't have, you know, we need to be quicker. And I'm also afraid that that hurts the story or the characters, for example. So I guess you need to kind of learn that balance. And I hope that we're doing that so far. So yeah, I like the deadlines, but it comes with its own problems, I guess. And I think having an editor, I like having an editor so far as well because it's always good to have a third set of eyes on it, you know. And I feel like the people at Webtoon have also been like quite good. A lot of the things that the feedback that they give us, it's always just suggestions. So and then we decide whether to take on those suggestions or not. So so far, I think good experience, I would say, for me personally. How about you guys?
Same.
Mm,
I've got to learn to deal with deadlines.
mm. For me, it's been good because they've been very patient with how long Scale Hunters was in pre-production
Hmm.
due to a variety of just real life reasons. So
Hmm.
I'm grateful that they were patient enough so that we could launch.
Hmm. Yeah, they're all
Okay.
very kind. Go on, Yada.
Next
What's the
question
next
is
one?
from ET Cat. I will not be able to read names. If you were leaving the world of scale hunters, what would be your weapon? Why? I have this one. I
Go
spear
on.
just because I read Brando Sanderson, The Way of Kings. The Way of Kings, and now I'm like Kalajing. I want to have a spear. His bias just got me. It's like, oh, spear's the best weapon. I'm like, yeah, yep. If you say so. It's like long distance, but they can also be short if you break it in half. I mean, better, I guess. So yeah, spear.
How about you, Lucian?
Is the question just what weapon you would bring?
Yeah, in the world of Scale Hunter specifically, and why?
Well, the weapon I would pick is a spoiler right now, so
The spoiler.
yeah. It's a weapon
Mystery.
in the world of Scale Hunters, but
Ah, okay, okay. How come?
I mean, if he elaborate, that would be a spoiler, no?
Oh, never mind then. Oh, that's not
Like
what
not
I
not even us know. Like I
think.
think I know what it is, but I'm holding myself. I don't.
I sent it in the chat.
Ah, thank you. Um.
What about you, Dora?
Ah, yes, yes. Okay, I see what you mean. I think for me, it would. I don't know if you can call it a weapon, but probably like a grappler. So then you can just psh, grab the scales from the monsters instead of having
Oh,
to actually fight them. If that
you
makes
would be
sense.
good in Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would throw up just doing the whoosh around now. Um. Oh, what the next? Why don't you say so? Do you have any favorite ships? Oh damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, go on.
No, I'm terrified of going on. I don't know.
Hmm. I
Oh
really like Martin and Julian, I think.
yeah. Um, I like I like the dynamic that Barbara has. I don't know if I would classify as a like necessarily romantic ship, but I like the dual dynamic they have with
Yeah.
Barbara and Carver, and then also Barbara and Angelo. I like that vibe.
Hmm.
Not much of it now, but I also like the vibe between the duo of Thomas and Moat.
Yeah.
There are also two characters, but they haven't even been introduced yet. So yeah.
Hmm.
Mm, but I mean, I as someone that watches a lot of shows and I'm always like shipping many characters, I just feel free to enjoy whatever you enjoy, bro.
Yeah.
Turn.
Oh,
Oh, that
oh, you're back.
you're
Oh,
back.
I'm
Ah!
so sorry.
You were just crying in chat
Oh,
when you left.
the
Oh
question.
Lord, I
Oh,
was struggling.
you lost an
Yeah, yeah.
interesting question.
I'll have to listen to the playback. Like, I don't know. Like, I have it hotspot to my phone. Like, the internet's just like dead here all of a sudden. So
Oh goodness. I
I'm
hope it
just
doesn't take too much data.
it's fine. I have unlimited data. It's just like I'm like, is it going to
Hold
be
on.
able to hold this up?
I think it is. I hope it is. I might jinx it. I will shut up.
Thank you guys so much for filling in and answering questions. Thank you, chat. You guys
Oh,
helped carry the
Thank you, chat.
stream.
we took a while to figure out that once you were not here, the chat would not upload. So we were like just like talking to ourselves, being like, "Damn, nobody's saying a thing."
Oh dang, dang. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, okay. No, they've been talking to you guys this whole time.
Oh
Oh
god, we're
no! So sorry.
sorry.
Oh, so but they could hear you. It was still connected. Uh
Yeah, we have
so
the next question would be the one after the me. I like you is I have a question related to the 2020 contest. Blah 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 blah. That one in case you
I think I think so.
Wait, should read it properly then. I'm wondering about the Scale Hunters animation. Is that still in production? I thought it could be cool to see as a promo for the new version. Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, the animation will still come out.
But we don't know details yet.
Hmm.
So that's up to the future. Uh
still coming. Um Hi M. I guess a lot of people were just responding to what you guys were saying. Andy said, I'm working on my Scale Hunter OC right now. Is it fine uh, that he has kind of a silly weapon?
So for the weapons, it's fine if they have a silly weapon, but we might not show it because the pose that the character, the placeholder is already in, has a two-handed weapon. So if your silly weapon is a two-handed weapon, perhaps, but we might have to change it specifically to fit the Scale Hunters aesthetic, I guess.
any voice cannons you have in mind? Lol.
Oh,
Mm,
don't even
Oh.
get me started.
I
Don't
was going
get
to enter my avatar.
First thing when we were working on this, Dora was making a reference sheet of all the accents she pictured characters having.
Yeah.
She loves the voice.
um, so we have we have voice cannons in mind. Specifically, we have more like accents in mind. I really like hearing different accents. So when I pitched this to Yada and Lucian, um, they, well, because of that, it was kind of like, okay, how do we make it make sense type of thing. So I guess it made sense for all of the characters to have different accents because Vasagar is like the kingdom that they're in, because it started growing and growing because of the scales there. More people from around the world started coming to Vasagaris. So
Oh
that's why a
gosh.
lot of people will have different accents in there. And the accents will be based off of like real world accents. So for Thomas specifically, I imagine like a very beautiful, soft, not soft, a very beautiful voice, very princely with an Irish accent.
I think Apollo fell again.
Oh no.
Okay, wait. I can
Oh
check the
no.
chat here. Um, but yeah, I love that part. Just speaking accents is so fun. Um, oh gosh. PPP pop up more comments. Wait, any of us canons? Oh, out of the first 3 episodes of Scale Hunters, do you guys have a favorite panel you have worked on? You know, the first episode was actually the second one we got to draw.
Mm,
Yeah, and the second one, the half of it when it starts with moat, is the first one we did. So I have very mixed feelings at the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing. So moat looks a little bit off at the beginning. So I don't like the entire half of that, not gonna lie. But then the forest part, I think I really like the action scenes with Angelo and his that's the markings on his body glowing. Barbara leaving out of the whole thing too. I like that. And that mode panel that actually someone asked me to save as a background, where is his almost profile view looking at
yeah,
the caterpillar. I think it is at the end of episode 2, right? I like that one too. I think the eyes look fine.
yeah. I was going to say that panel as well with Moat kind of looking out when he first sees um, the kids.
Yes.
What Webtoon said yes about the animation, so yeah, it's still in production.
Oh my
Woohoo!
god! I cannot wait. Princely and Irish. That's hosier to me. Somebody answered.
I love
I mean,
that.
that's fair. Oh yeah, the 4G is not strong enough. I jinx it. Should stay on stream. We
You
do.
ended
What do we
stream.
do?
Um.
I
Oh
guess.
no.
Anyone has any more questions? What you? What? Oh.
Oh, question for Lucian. Do you find it difficult coming up with the middle of the story since you have the ending already in mind?
Um, yes, well, it's like the middle of the story. I know I have what I want to do, but it's always connecting events so that it flows seamlessly, which is the thing that always takes the most work. And it also would depend on um, like what format Scale Hunters is in. Like for Webtoons, like say it did get a season 2, that might in that might change. Uh, like, oh, we can make this scene longer now, or like this scene shorter. So it's like, yeah, the middle is always the most difficult part for me to do, but
Mm.
uh, trying our best.
It's always when we have more fun.
Here's another
uh.
question.
mm.
Will the rating change for the story? The concept is quite dark the harder I think about it. I love the little monsters. Thank you.
The little monsters, the huge ogre.
The little they're just cute little monsters.
Little thing.
Um,
Yeah.
so oh, go on.
Oh, you can answer it.
Oh, I don't mind. Um, so we don't want to change the rating. So we're going to try to keep it to a young adult rating because we don't want it to be behind rating walls. What's it called again?
Limitation. Like
Limitations or
you
anything
need to
like that.
log in to access,
Yeah.
right?
We want everyone to be able to read it, so we're trying our best to keep it to like an open rating, like a young
Yeah.
adult rating. So hopefully it doesn't change.
That's where editors are helpful because we
Yeah,
show and they're
exactly.
like, no, we need to censor this. We need to tone this down. And like, we're like, is this good? And they're like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm like, okay.
yeah, exactly.
So, Apollo said that like, I guess we can. Oh, there's another question, but we can just when we want to end it, we just leave
Okay.
everyone at the same time and it finishes. With I don't know. Were you guys surprised when you got the news about winning the question? That's for Lucian.
Winning the contest.
Yeah, the contest.
Um,
Sorry.
well, I was surprised I got an email about it. But I wasn't as surprised as I would have been because, like, that week or some time frame, it's been so long I forget exactly. I would often check just to see if we got a new subscriber, but our views would rarely go up. It would just say like 250, 251. But then one day it had like a whole lot more views, like 20 or 30 in one day. So I was like, oh, that's the day where they judge them. Um,
Mm.
so I was like, I guess they've already judged us that day. And I didn't think anything of that, but then we got an email about that it placed. So you know that it placed, but they didn't tell you where it placed. So it wasn't like we got an email saying we were just the grand prize winner. They first say you won something, but we aren't telling you what just yet. So you're like, well, at least I must have got in top 20. So, but then it was the grand prize first instead.
Woohoo.
I remember you telling me, and I was also like, dang.
Yeah, that's the thing. We both. I mean, you knew about Scale Hunters way earlier, and then you talked about Scale Hunters to me before either of us were involved, and
Yeah.
both of us never thought that we would be involved in it.
You were
But at
sleeping
the
for
time,
Martin day one.
yeah.
I don't know. Okay, man. Well,
But, oh.
if anyone has any more questions, is now or never. We have to finish this by ourselves. I have no idea. I don't know how people close their lives. They're just like, yeah, bye. Yes, I got the email. So did you hear where I play? So also never I can sleep for 3 days. Yo,
Good luck.
I will sing.
10th.
Good
Oh my god.
luck.
That's so good. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Let's do our best
Oh my
to meet
god.
the deadlines.
Yeah, let's do our best for that.
Yeah, you're the one that said like they were patient. Yeah, they are. I was so surprised they are lenient.
Yeah, for real, for real. But we also don't want to let them down. We don't want to
Yeah,
disappoint them.
but
So
also we're like, I want this episode to have this more extra panel just so this hits harder and blah blah blah.
yeah.
Like why not?
But
So
anyway, I
I
think
guess
I think that's oh, will there be any thirst trap panels? Just kidding, unless
I if depends on me. If it depends on me, it will. But I don't. It also depends on Webtoon editors being like, nah, we cannot show this. I'm like, okay.
Keep on reading and you'll find out. Oh ho ho! But we do plan to.
Oh, we do.
All right then. I
Okay.
think that
I
should be
think,
it for questions.
yeah. I don't know.
Uh,
Like, if we just close this, is it being saved somewhere? I guess it is, right? Uploaded.
yeah. Well, let's hope so. It says
Yeah.
99% uploading, so it should be
Okay.
fine. All right then. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the stream and asking your questions, and also just for all of your support. It's honestly so nice to hear everyone talking about Scale Hunters and seeing everyone read it, and it makes us so happy. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much. I
Thank
hope you
you.
enjoyed
Thank
this
you.
story.
Yes. Is there anything you want to say as well, Lucian?
Just I'm grateful for everyone who's reading the comic, and I hope you enjoy it. And we have a very by the end of it, that it should be a very good season. And do I just pick that leave button or what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it, I
yeah.
think.
Bye bye.
All right then. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so
Bye
much.
everyone. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye.
Bye.